So as promised, we got the mastery point vid. All right, so you see where I am right now to all the Xenoverse boys out there. Also, who had that Xenoverse loading screen at 2 a.m. when you're trying to be quiet and you're a teenager and you don't want your parents to know you're awake and you hear the Xenoverse boot up and you're like, oh crap. Well, anyway, on about Xenoverse. That leads us to our mastery points. Now, this is going to be a game pass. Don't worry if you don't have this. I'm going to show you a way that's almost just as fast. Now, if you do have this game pass, now another one that works pretty much just as well as this would be the Toa Mirror Raid. So I think they're both, I don't know if they're both the same game pass or if they're both different ones. I'll put it on the screen after when I've had a look at it. But if you go to travel, you're going to get Pizza of Time and the Crack of Time. Yeah, I think they are separate. I think that's from the Time Breaker Game Pass and this from the Time Patrol Game Pass. Either way, either of them are going to do absolutely fine. Now, I'm going to show you me doing both of them, but I am a key build, just to let you know. I've also customized skills, transformations. I also have my stats up on my path form. My key attack is an S. Probably going to limit break that to Z. I'm either going to do that or do key type. Anyway, this is going to be the fastest way. Do not bother with 2x drops. I've tried it. It does not increase your mastery points, so don't waste the code if that's what you're hoping to do with it. But I'm going to show you how this is the fastest way. Now, the thing is, what you got to remember, yes, there are ones that give you 3, like the Boo Saga ones, the Martian Bojoto, whatever his name is, Kid Boo, but they are going to probably take twice the time that these ones will for only 1 more mastery point. So if you're working off time efficiency, this might only give you 2, but you can probably, as I'm going to show you, you can probably do this in a minute, right? Whereas the ones that give you 3 are going to take like 2-3 minutes minimum. And then obviously the Whis and the Beerus raid are going to give you, I think, 6 or 7, but that's going to take 10 minutes easily to do. So again, it's not really worth it with the amount of time you're going to sink into it. Now, on the other side of things, if you've got a team, right? If you've got a team, 100% do the Beerus, or if you're margin absorbed and you can like 2-shot and do the Beerus. But if you're just solo and you don't have any special absorby things, then your best bet, and this is going to be the quickest way to get mastery points, is come in this raid and charge up to max. Now watch this. Right, I'm going to charge up a Super Spirit Bomb. Now this already is almost going to get him to a second stage. In fact, it did get him to a second stage. So now I'm going to charge up. Now, throw him away. Hit him with a little cheeky throw. Charge up again. Light pulse. Straight onto another Spirit Bomb. I mean, I don't know who's counting. I'll put a stopwatch on the screen. Ooh, hold on. Right, let's see. Boom. Just like that. What was that? A minute? Maybe a minute and a half? And that's 2 mastery points. Now, like I said, yeah, there are raids that are going to give you 3. There's also other raids that only give you 2 that are going to take way longer, like the Goma raid. Okay, and then the ones that give you 3, look, if they took the same amount of time, or only like 10% more time, then I would say, go do the ones that give you 3 points. But they don't give you, I'm trying to explain it, like they don't give you more points enough. Isn't enough of a discrepancy to justify how much longer those raids are going to take you, unless you've got help or you're like cracked out in mine or you're absorbed something. Okay, so that's method 1. That's the game pass way. Now, the other way, and again, this seems super basic, but it really is intuitive when you think about it. The next best way, if you don't have game passes and you're a free-to-play player or you just don't have that game pass, is simply going to be, and especially for lower levels, if you want to, if you're trying to limit break your forms as you go and you're only Super Saiyan 1 level, etc. This is the fastest way, without a doubt, for any early game player and late game player who who just wants to focus on the mastery points. Just both. Obviously, it's the only real way for early game players because you're not going to be doing Kid Buu if you're like level 200. So it's the only way for early game players. That's the best way to phrase it. It's the only way for early game players, but it's still the best way for late game players. And that is literally just going to be to do Dr. Wheelo over and over again, or alternatively, create Abe Vegeta over and over again. Because if I show you this, if I go on my form, I mean, this is, depending on if you choke on the Time Patrol one, the one I just showed you for the Robux, this is actually arguably going to be better because there's no real skill, and less effort, because there's no real skill. Oh my goodness. There's no real, like, look, there's no skill in this at all. In fact, I don't even think I need a Super Spirit Bomb. Like, if I just chuck a Total Detonation Ball, boom, done. One attack, one key attack, and it's game over. Now, obviously, you've got to do the 20-second load in. You're going to have to load out. But look, I've done it. Come straight back. Do it again. Yeah, now, yes, it is one mastery point every time, so that can sound scary or tedious because you're like, well, Jackson, man's got to do this like 125 times if I want to limit break to S, or 150 times for a limit break to Z. It's like, yes, but it's actually not that long. What does this whole process take me of going in, defeating him, loading back in? Probably a minute. All right, so if you grind this, within 2 hours, maybe 3 if you're not locked in and you're kind of playing on your phone a little bit, whatever. Let's say 3 hours max. That's 150 mastery points, right? And you can limit break to Z. So, as opposed to, look, Total Detonation Ball. Oh, I didn't charge it. But, look, done again. So, it's going to be that quick, whereas if you're doing like the betas or weeks, yeah, you might get like 7. But that's probably going to take like 10 minutes plus each time, right? So it's going to take substantially longer overall, just because the risk versus reward, like that, how long it's going to take you for how many mastery points. If you got like 14, or even maybe 10, maybe like anything over 10, it'd probably be worth it. But the thing is, first of all, you've got a good chance of dying if you do it solo, unless you're insane in the game. And then, even if you don't die, it could take you super long and be super sweaty because you've got to lock in the whole time. Otherwise, you definitely will die. And if you die towards the end, you just wasted all that time to not get any mastery points. So, like I said, if you've got a bunch of people, then yeah, sure, do that one. But if you don't have a bunch of people, just don't do it. Just do this one. It's 1 point, I know, but within me ranting to you in the past few minutes, I've just done it like 3 times. That's 3 mastery points. Right? And this video is now 9 minutes long. If I'd been doing this from the start, I would have made 9 mastery points more than a Whis raid. Right? And then well, in fact, I basically have, because I did the other one, right? 2 points, and then I've done this one, and that's while talking and not playing a lot of time, and I've already made almost 9. So, look, go on, put on the form, charge up that, mastery point. Done. So anyway, I hope you found that helpful. That's the best way, as of right now, to do. Oh, and before I forget, make sure to do all your mentors. Now, that is not really that good of a method, to be honest, because you have to defeat the whole mentor to only get 1 mastery point. So that's probably, like, honestly, the longest method, apart from getting Dragon Balls. But if you want to get your mentors done anyway for the free skill point, or just because you're completionist, or because you just want to get all the moves in the game, then you are also going to get a mastery point doing that. So anyway, I hope you found all this helpful. Let me know video ideas, or if you've got any other suggestions on how you can get mastery points in the comments. Obviously the Dragon Balls, but that is definitely redundant by now. And I'm going to carry on doing all the paths content. I'm going to be doing every single path on every single race. And I'll see you in the next one, boys. Love you all. Peace out.